Chin to the chest.
Chin in your chest and go for it.
Push. Oh, look down, Mama. Look down. Oh, hello, darling.
Well, it's baby day, and already I'm having such a different experience than I've had in the past. Because have I ever woken up this calm knowing I'm gonna have a baby today? No. But baby girl, we are so excited to meet you. And you deserve a mama who looks her best. Officially baby day, and it is so weird that I'm starting off this vlog so chill, no contractions yet. Every experience is a different one, right? I'm gonna explain to you the whole ordeal, the whole situation, but yes, baby girl is officially coming today and we're excited. So let me make myself a morning drink, laying off the caffeine today, but what I am craving is a nice cup of hot chocolate, so let's do it. What is up, it's Haley and welcome back to my channel. I have my entire little village here, both moms. Hubby is currently putting the car seat in the car because today, like I said, is officially baby day and it is just so crazy. Never have I ever had an experience where I had to go to the hospital without actually having contractions, but that's where we're at. I guess baby girl is just too comfortable right now. She does not want to get out. So today is my official induction day, which I've never been induced before. A little bit nervous. Gonna take you guys, I guess, through the process of how the experience will be. Eliana and I spoke about it yesterday. I was very nervous because in the past I never had an opportunity to be nervous because you just wake up and you're like, okay, contractions are here, we gotta go. But this time it's kind of like I keep anticipating everything that can possibly happen, and being an overthinker, it's not my ideal situation. So today we're gonna go to the hospital and we're gonna take it hour by hour. We're gonna probably pop the water, see if the contractions are gonna come, and then at that point we're gonna see, do I need to actually be induced? Will it come on its own? Because clearly this baby girl has her own timeline. But our hospital bag is packed, car seat is officially in the car. The girls are still sleeping, but I am so excited that they're going to have another little sibling added to the family once we get home. Bizat Hashem. So with all that, guys, let's head on our way and have ourselves another little addition to the family. Hi. This is so weird. Like, I've never had an experience so chill. Nothing started yet. All they have is a little monitor on the belly right now, tracking her heartbeat and mine. And she's gonna go call my doctor now and basically see what the next step is. Progression, 3.5 centimeters dilated. Usually you start labor around 4, but we're gonna wait. In terms of like epidural, I'm open to it, but I think it's not really something I'm gonna think about until we get to a point of like I'm feeling a lot of pain and stuff. We have to see what my progression is. Maybe my dilation will be very quick. So we're really like playing it by ear, taking it on hour by hour. Mama feels good, right? Breath work. I don't even remember how I need to breathe properly. I don't. Do you remember?
No.
No.
Go guide us in the process. Alright, so quick update. Haley was having natural contractions before. Then we got transferred to the labor room. Now she's about almost 4 centimeters dilated, but we gave her some, well, not we. They gave her some Pitocin to kind of like get the contractions started, and now Haley's feeling a little bit of contractions.
Yeah, belly tightening.
We're still not 100% sure if we're gonna do epidural. Haley's in a battle with herself. My advice was, whatever you want to do, if you feel comfortable to do it. Whatever you feel good with. I think at this point she might want it though.
guys like Evan's pillow?
Yeah, we've been here since 6 a.m. It is currently 2:17
It's
p.m.
2:17 already?
Yeah, we've been here for a long
Oh
time.
my goodness.
Probably the longest of all
But
pregnancies.
guys, I'm gonna give you guys an official update, okay? Doctor came in and checked me. Not even 4 centimeters dilated, which was crazy. Every other experience in the past, I arrived at the hospital at least 6, and at that point I was already feeling the contractions really intensely. So I was like, you know what, babe? We did 2 unmedicated births. Let's try an epidural this time.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't that quick. You were
It wasn't
really
that I
contemplating.
was contemplating, because when you make big decisions like this, you constantly have in your mind people's opinions, right? About what you should do, what you shouldn't do. This was my experience, this was this person's experience. It's the same with everything, with breastfeeding and formula feeding and like co-sleeping, not co-sleeping. And my wonderful husband, he just said, honestly, babe, you just gotta trust your gut. And my gut was telling me, I feel like I just want to do it. And honestly, then when the doctor came in and checked me, told me that I was only like not even 4, I was so happy that I did it, because if I did an epidural and I was already like 8 centimeters, I would have been like, I could have probably just waited it out. It's not fully pain-free. I still feel a lot of the contractions, but it's definitely like much more bearable now. Yes, that's another thing too. I've never like had my water break in my previous experiences, and because this is the first time he's ever popped my water this early, I guess. I don't know, all you mamas out there that have given birth before, did you feel your contractions get much more intense after you pop your water? Because oh my goodness, I am numb and I still feel them, so I can't even imagine feeling them if I wasn't. We still have a little bit of a while to go. Keep telling them to take their naps. He's using my breastfeeding pillow.
Passed out over there in the corner. But...
I have another contraction right now. 1 second. Powering through this, guys. Baby girl coming soon. Well, hey, you guys. How funny. All the time I get comments, people being like, oh wow, Haley, you're vlogging in public. Would you have ever thought that I'm vlogging from my labor bed? Oh my gosh. I took the epidural. And listen, I still feel the contractions. I'm not gonna say that I don't. I do. Especially because once they popped my water, they just got so much more intense. But I don't know, I just feel like I can breathe. I feel like a little bit more relaxed. And I think my main goal of this was I just didn't want to feel really exhausted and really, really tired once the baby came. We got some nice cold apple juice here because I can't eat anything apparently. Refreshing. It's actually so crazy, guys. Every single one of these labors were completely different. With Aaliyah, first of all, we gave birth on Shabbat, which if you guys don't know, when we keep Shabbat, we don't use electricity. So like we were really like coming in here, even though we drove, we really came in here, no idea what to expect. I didn't do an epidural and she was in a very, very difficult position to give birth in. So I was so exhausted by the time that it came to push. With Naomi, we arrived at like 7, gave birth by 9. It was so quick. The girl literally flew out, which says a lot about her personality. And then with this one, I came in not even having contractions. So it's like a completely different experience all around. But what can I say? I am here to share it all with you. Mama's feeling good right now, sipping on my apple juice. And we'll see how much longer it takes until she makes her arrival.
It looks like you just have it.
So what we're going to do is with your next contraction, we're going to put this in the step.
Chin to the chest.
And go for it.
Push. Oh, look down, Mama, look down. Oh, hello, darling.
So the first day postpartum, it was truly a blur, you guys. I had to totally step away from the camera and just really soaking it all in. Even though she really is such a good girl, I have so much to update you on. Like, you could take a look at my collection of bracelets right over here. I have some story times to tell you because, oh my gosh, never have I had a postpartum like this where I was literally considered to be a full risk. But before we get into that, let me quickly show you what my postpartum like hygienic routine kind of looks like right now. This is what my belly's looking like 2 days postpartum. Still very much much looks like there's a baby in there. And I did end up still tearing with this labor as well. So this Peri bottle comes in super handy when it comes to cleaning myself down there, because you do not want anything except for water touching you down there. These disposable undies are so amazing too because they're high-waisted, so they keep my belly in. And into that, I am putting possibly the biggest pad to ever exist, and I'm gonna be lining it with some witch hazel pads. Guys, this has been the biggest game changer this time in this recovery because these cooling pads just feel so nice when they're on. Like I said, many steps just to use the bathroom at this point. Welcome, you guys, to our luxury suite. Okay, you can't really call it that, but impressively, this room is actually pretty big. Got a little cot that my mom actually slept on yesterday. Here's my bed. My breakfast actually just arrived. A little baby girl is sleeping. And this is actually day 2 of us being here. All of yesterday, the first day since giving birth, I couldn't film anything because there were just so many different things that happened. I'm just gonna set you guys down here while I have my little breakfast. My body's been craving sweet so badly, so I feel like this right here is definitely gonna hit the spot. But I'm telling you guys, yesterday I just could not film because I needed a full day to come back to myself. I felt like I had an out-of-body experience in a way. You can literally see my collection of all the bracelets. I have a couple little story times for you because when it came to my labor, I really came in for the first time with an open mind about everything. So much of the time when people want to give birth, they usually come with a birth plan of whether they want to have an unmedicated birth or they want to do an epidural. Some people even go and schedule C-sections. So I personally didn't have a specific birth plan in mind. I was very open-minded this time. With Aaliyah and Naomi, I had unmedicated births like I mentioned. The first time was intentional because I was already 6 centimeters dilated. I was like, you know what, I really want to see and feel what this experience is supposed to be like, which truly ended up being kind of a challenge because Aaliyah was in the most difficult position to give birth. She was sunny side up, meaning her face was facing this way instead of this way in my stomach, which is apparently one of the most painful labors you can have. So having that one be unmedicated, it set my standard of pain for right up here. So when I went to go have Naomi, I was like, you know what, I'm much more open to an epidural this time. But the difference with Naomi is that she just came so quick that by the time the lady walked in with the cart for the epidural, they already checked me and they told me I was 10 centimeters dilated and ready to push if I wanted to. And in 2 pushes, Naomi was out. So that was a great experience. Naomi's labor, top notch, highly recommend. But okay, with baby girl, this is the first time that I've actually gone over my due date. I was already past 40 weeks and the doctor has decided to schedule me for an induction because when you go too long past 40 weeks, there are some more potential for risks that he wanted to eliminate. So when I came to the hospital, they basically started off with a very low dose of Pitocin, which kind of makes your uterus contract so that you can start having some dilation. And I want to say a couple hours into it, I went to 4, which was not as quick progress as we were hoping. So at that point, the doctor did say that he was going to break my water for me, which I had to do with every other labor because my water never broke on its own. And if you don't know, once you break your water, your contractions get so much more intense. And in general, contractions that are brought on by Pitocin, which is what they gave me to start my contractions, are really painful from what everybody says, more than normal. So all of these things kind of influenced my decision to be you know what, I am only 4 centimeters dilated. At this point, let me go ahead and do an epidural. So surprisingly, the epidural was not as painful as I would have expected. The needle, people say that it's really big. I don't really remember feeling the needle going in. I just remember that they told me to be very steady. You're not supposed to move. At that point, once the epidural was in, I didn't really feel much from the waist down, but surprisingly, something that is more new, when people used to do the epidural, they would completely numb you from the waist down, so you wouldn't be able to feel a thing. Sometimes you couldn't even move your legs. Now, the way they administer the dosage, you can actually still feel your legs. You can still move around. It just feels a little tingly and numb. So I did have full control of my legs, which I really liked because that way I was able to kind of control my pushes and my delivery. So at that point, we were actually still laboring for a few hours on end. Once I got to 6 centimeters, it moved really quickly to 10. Once I was at 10, I was ready to push. And I'll tell you what, it was actually really nice for the first time ever because of the fact that I had the epidural. My body was not exhausted, that when it came time to push, I actually had energy to push. And in 2 pushes, she was out, which was so great because with Aaliyah, I had to push for maybe 20 or 30 minutes of just pushing, which was so tiring on my body that by the time the baby came out, I had no energy for her, and I really didn't want that. So my experience of the epidural, it was really great, but then again, my experience with Naomi doing an unmedicated delivery was also really great. Can't suggest one over the other. I just really feel like having an open mind for your circumstance when you go into labor is the most important thing. Have a plan of what you prefer, but I always think it's really great to be able to be flexible because sometimes things may not go your way. I did not think that I would arrive at 6 a.m. and only 12 hours later have a baby. That was not in my plan, but I came in with a very, like I said, open and flexible mind. But the plan anyone can change. And I feel like that's what gave me the best experience. That being said, the one thing that I did not expect was this bracelet edition that would consider me to be a fall risk. After I gave birth, because I had an epidural, they had to have a catheter in me. Once the delivery was complete, they needed to get me to the bathroom. So I got up myself, I went to the bathroom really slowly with the help of my nurse. I sat down, I used the bathroom, but then once I got up, I started to feel this like rush. My head started to spin all of a sudden, and turns out that I passed out. Completely lost consciousness. I woke up surrounded by maybe like 20 nurses all around me trying to like wake me up. I guess I fainted in like one of my nurse's arms, which has never happened to me before, so it was definitely a little bit scary. But because I fainted so much as a kid, I wanted to like reassure everyone that I was fine. So I was fine. I was like, okay, you know what, this was a rare occurrence. It was probably like just the blood rushing to my head, something like that. But no, it was not a one-time thing, because then once we got discharged upstairs, let me tell you what happened. When it came to my second fall, it was so much worse. I mean, again, I got to that point where I needed to pee. So they walked me to the bathroom, and the nurse basically just put me on the toilet right here. And then she asked me, she's like, how are you feeling? And I said, oh, okay, like I'm feeling fine. I sat down and I was literally just using the bathroom. And then like at some point halfway through, I started getting so dizzy. I hung onto this. There was nobody in the bathroom with me at that point, which my mom was so upset about. She was like, why didn't you wait for me? I would have came with you. But I was holding onto this. The door was like automatically closed, and I started banging on the wall being like, I'm feeling dizzy. And I don't know whether they heard me or not, but the next thing I hear or feel is boom, boom, boom. It turns out that I ended up hitting my head here. Then I hit my head here, then I hit my head on the floor. And it basically ended up leaving me with like a small cut on my head, like a little laceration, and then I have a secondary bump right here from like this shelf, I think. It was honestly nuts. And it was that second fall that awarded me my bracelet that said fall risk. All I remember after that second fall is once again just being surrounded by like 20 different nurses. Everyone's like panicking, freaking out, like putting water on me, trying to stay cool. My mom was definitely more freaked out that second time because she saw that like I fell, I was on the floor, and I actually hit my head. And also the fact that it happened a second time, like of course it's scary. And ever since, especially because the entire nursing staff had to take care of me once I fainted, they all recognized me. So every single time they come into the room now, they're like, oh my gosh, how are you feeling? And I was like, great, today I graduated and used the toilet by myself without fainting, and they all clapped for me. That's pretty much the situation. Sorry guys, little vital check break. They literally come in and check your vitals like every couple of hours. I do think they put in a couple extra checks for me because I passed out twice. But mom is officially back to join me for breakfast. It's been so good to have my mom here, especially with like my fainting spells and stuff. Like I feel like my husband, as stable and strong as he is, if he saw me pass out, he would have passed out right next to me probably. I don't know if he would have been able to handle that. But you guys, that is why I kind of needed one full day to come back to myself. And thank God baby girl's been doing really great. I'm gonna give more updates on her once we get back home. But at this point, we are just waiting to be discharged. Eran's been coming like whenever he can. He's just been spending a lot of time at home taking care of the girls. Knowing that I have my mom here, it's been really, really great. That is all the updates that I have for you for now. Let me just say, everyone who has your mom around you right now, please give her a big hug, because my mom is such a special woman and I don't know what I would have done without her, especially like here feeling so vulnerable so much of the time. Like even though this is my third go, you kind of like forget, you know, everything that you go through. Having a village is so important. And mommy, I'm grateful for you. Enjoy your salad. We're gonna have breakfast together before baby girl wakes up. But yeah guys, that is everything that I have to update you on at this point. Well babes, this is my official celebratory. We made it 9 months without sushi. I missed it so much. Eran, you gotta admit, this looks good.
It's crazy. I didn't get anything for myself.
That's a first.
That is a
You see,
first.
this baby's already changing you.
But the day is still young.
Oh my god, this alone was worth it all. Guys, we've officially made it back home and mama is so tired. It just hit me like a ton of bricks. Discharge took a little bit of time, but I'm so glad to finally be home. We already settled baby girl down. We're just doing a quick little tidy up before Eliana and Naomi get back from daycare and they're gonna see her, and I'm so excited for their first meet. Like so excited. They've missed me and they've missed the baby, even though they've never met the baby. Aliyah kept saying, Mom, I can't wait. When's the baby coming? When's the baby coming? Literally 24/7 asking.
But Mama's taking the baby. We're gonna have a baby today. Are you doing it? Yeah. I'm doing okay. Okay.
As soon as they get home, we're gonna get their reactions, meeting their baby sister for the very first time. We've gotten so many new packages that have arrived just in the few days that I've been gone. This is all new furniture for the nursery, which as you guys know, I am taking my time with because I truly want to get it right. But this mess is something we will definitely deal with later because right now it's family snuggle time. They're here! Shalom! I'm gonna show her. First, we're gonna take off our shoes, we're gonna wash our hands, and then we're gonna see her. Oh, I missed you guys so much. He's getting their hands washed really, really well. I already kind of told them, you know, we're not gonna touch her face, we're only gonna touch her legs, we're only gonna touch the top of her head. But they're so excited. Are you excited to meet her?
I saw her.
Wait for Anna. We're gonna see her together. Naomi, come here. Look at your baby sister. You can pet her very gently right over here. Gently. How cute is she? She's just having a dream.
She's on my butt.
It's a baby, Naomi. Nice, Naomi. Good job.
She's so cute.
She's so cute. She's so little. Well, I think it is time that you guys officially meet baby Eliana. Oh my goodness. Everybody knows your name now. Yes, you guys, we are almost 2 weeks today. I have taken my time to have a little bit of a maternity leave before officially coming back on here. Because truly, even though I have gone through this entire newborn stage 3 years ago, I forgot so much of it. So it really took a while for Ellen and I to get back into the groove of things. You guys have been saying that I've been uploading videos a little bit ahead of time. So thank you so much for bearing with me. But I'm hoping to still show up every single week, still posting videos, still doing stuff that we love, fun DIY projects, fun thrifting trips. The only difference is I'm gonna have a new little bestie that is doing it with me. But if you guys are curious about her name, we ended up calling her Eliana. Eliana, translated into Hebrew, means a God has answered. And I truly do believe that God answered our prayers when he brought this sweet little soul into our life. As you saw, Aliyah and Naomi are already so obsessed with her, you guys. She is definitely such a good girl and she loves her sisters too. I cannot wait for us together to get to know her even more, figure out her personality, see who she grows up to look like also, because right now, I would say she is definitely a copy of her dad, just like most of my kids are. My husband's genetics, they are strong, I have to say. But guys, let me know if you're taking a look at Eliana, who do you think she looks like? It's a little bit hard to tell in the newborn phase. But with that being said, if you guys are watching up to this point, if you watch me through this entire labor, whether you're a new subscriber or you're somebody that's been here from the beginning, from like before I even had Aliyah, comment it down below. I would love to know how long you've been sticking around this channel for. Think back to when you first stumbled across my videos. At what point in my life was I at? I'm so curious to know. With all that being said, if you are watching up to this point, you know that you're the real MVP. I love the ones who stick around all the way till the end. You are our favorite kind of people. If you are watching up to this point, then comment down below, welcome baby Eliana, or any message you want to give her welcoming her to our family. I would love if you write that down below. I'm super excited to navigate the stage of life together with you guys, and I'm actually going to be starting the next video from this point. We're going to be filming a full 24 hours with a newborn so that you guys can really have a little peek into what the last 2 weeks were like. And as much as I'm definitely going to be throwing in some baby content here and there, the DIYs, the home makeovers, we still have so much to do and they're definitely coming too. With all that, I love you all forever and always. Thank you so much for watching, and we cannot wait to see you in our next one. Well, she looks like she cannot wait to take a nap, so love you all.